biography about me, but I'm assuming everybody read the Star yesterday with Mary Beth Schneider's article. Is that true? All right. So everybody should know a little bit about me. But you really should know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I came back here to this city in 2001 because it was my hometown. And I wanted my children to call this their hometown also, and they do. But looking at the past few years, I really strongly feel that our city is going in the wrong direction. Now, I was told quite a while back that Hoosiers love their politicians and to be positive and friendly at all times. And generally speaking, I would say that's true. But I feel very strongly we are heading in the wrong direction. And let's look at the issues of the day, and I'll tell you how I generally feel about them. Let's start with property taxes. We had a property tax crisis in the city in 2003. But what happened? Nothing. Nothing. Did we cut spending in the city? No. Did anybody get all these boards and agencies together so that we can look at the cumulative effect affecting our property taxes? No. None of that happened. So here, with our broken and antiquated property tax system here in the state of Indiana, 2007, here it comes again. That's what happened. Now, I've been very upfront that I'd like to eliminate property taxes, and I know there are a lot of what we call smart people out there saying just can't do that sort of thing. But your home is private property, or should be private property. But if you think your own home, don't pay your property taxes 1 year and see who owns your home. I think private property is a hallmark of America. It's one of those things about America that's fundamental. And any of you who went to the property tax rallies this summer, as I went to most of them, you saw a lot of people who were bad or disgusted. Very angry people. But all you really had to do was to look into the eyes and hear the voices of the senior citizens. Because they weren't mad or disgusted. They were scared. They were scared. They did everything we asked them to do for 30, 40, or 50 years, and all they wanted to do was to live in their home until the end. And now, so many of them are being forced to move out of their homes, yet they can't sell them. Property taxes, I think, need to go away. But if they don't, if the state legislature can't get there, we need to have a logical, predictable system, and I understand that. But this is really about a local spending issue. That's what this is about. 2007 spending went up over 14%. That was the infamous year when a budget was submitted and actually passed by the Democratic majority of the City County Council with blank pages on the summary sheet. Blank pages. This year, we have a 65% income tax increase. On top of that, 14% spending increase in 2007. This is a local issue. This is what's happening in our city. We need to make sure that we address it. I find it, I guess, disturbing. I'll just leave it at that word, at that adjective. Disturbing that now everybody's talking about cutting spending after all of these tax increases for the past 3 years. Isn't that a little bit backwards? Shouldn't we cut spending all we can and then raise taxes if we must? But the gut reaction in this city is to raise taxes and then all of a sudden find religion and cut spending. That's not the way it should be. Let's address crime. Frankly, I can't think of really a big crime initiative going on right now. I've been very upfront that the operational control of the police department needs to reside in the mayor's office. You elect the mayor in large part for public safety. I asked, early on in this campaign, I asked many people who's in charge of public safety. I got up to 5 different answers. 5 different answers who's in charge of public safety. You know, with my Marine background, I know that if multiple people are in charge, no one is in charge. No one is in charge. We need to put the police department back underneath the mayor's office. We also need to get back to community policing. We actually used to have that in this city, but we don't anymore. We need to bring back the Front Porch Alliance, which really was the most successful neighborhood association program this city ever saw. But it was dismantled early in 2000. That connected the mayor's office to the neighborhoods. We had brighter neighborhoods, we had cleaner neighborhoods, which reduced crime. We need to stop playing a shell game with the numbers of police on the street. We are not 9 police short. We're hundreds of police short. And please believe me when I say this, there are not 100 more officers coming on. We have about 100 more coming in through the academy, but we're losing more than that on the other end. There are not 100 more officers coming on the street anytime soon, but you're paying more taxes for it. We need to take care of these abandoned homes, kind of like the broken windows theory that's being used successfully throughout the nation. We really don't have an overriding philosophy in our police department. That makes sense because I can't figure out who's in charge of it. We need to make sure we have an overriding philosophy and that people execute it. We also need to make sure we take care of these ex-offenders. The ex-offenders are not being assimilated back into society. There was a very successful program at Plainfield just this past Saturday. I talked to a lady who works in it. And I've known about this program for months and months. We need to make sure we have a program to put these ex-offenders back into society. Because if we don't, and if we don't give them social skills to stay away from the people who helped get them in trouble to begin with, they have no other recourse but to go back to a life of crime. Those are things we need to do. Those are really the two big issues of the day: taxes and crime. But let me talk a little bit about economic development. All these jobs coming forth, all these companies coming forth. Go to the Department of Workforce Development website. From 2002 to 2006, there's been a net increase of about 140 jobs in 4 years. In a city this size, we've had a net increase. It's right on the Department of Workforce Development website. 140 jobs, net increase in 4 years. And it also, when you go down, you'll see that we're losing the higher end jobs and the lower end jobs are coming in. That's not the economic development I want. We need to make sure we have a safer city, a city that has a stronger, more robust educational system. We need to make sure that the gut reaction is not to raise taxes and then cut spending as best we can. Because frankly, what's happening in this city is companies are moving out. If you look at the job growth and the company growth in the donut counties, it's extremely robust, extremely robust. In this county, it's not. And as Mayor Hednut used to say, you don't want to be a suburb of nothing. We need to make sure that this county remains strong, that we change fundamentally how we do business, that we have an open, honest, and accountable government. I have pledged to have department head budget level reviews open to the public so everybody can see how the money is being spent and the quality of service that you're getting. We will open this up to the public. Everybody will see where the money is being spent. That's what I pledge to do for you. So I love my city. I truly do. When I retired in 2001 from the Marine Corps, I could have gone anywhere in the world at that point in time, but I came home because I want this to be my home, and I plan on staying here. But I think we fundamentally need to go in a different direction. I know there are good people in charge, I know they're decent people, but they're fundamentally, in my opinion, doing the wrong things, and we need to change the way we're going. Thank you.